What's up everyone, Sebastian here with Press Start Seb. It's been a long time coming, but I can finally say we have some Naruto Boruto Shinobi Striker information. And it's not inconsequential either. Not only did we get a rough estimate on when the next open beta is, but we also got 2 new characters, a new map, a new game mode, new perk abilities. Doesn't all this news just make you feel all funny inside? This video is going to function as a total recap of all the Shinobi Striker news that has been dropped over the last week. Namco Bandai legit unzipped their pants and took a hefty info dump on all of us. This has come in the form of a Twitter video update from the game's production director and a number of V-Jump scans, which we will break down. First, let's just get straight to the beta news, which is, well, it's kind of bittersweet. We have another open beta, but we always knew that was coming, but it's not dropping until the end of July/early August. What this says is they're taking this shit very seriously. That's nearly 6 months after the absolute shit show of an open beta they had at the beginning of the year. And with that much buffer time, the servers are ideally going to be good to go. There was no news on what would be included in the open beta in regard to like game modes or characters, or kind of what customization options are going to be available, but it's safe to say that the information will be provided when the date is solidified and announced. But wait, there's more! We also found out that the release date of the game will be revealed shortly. Now, I don't really know what to think of this. With E3 sort of kind of close, I wonder if it's something they'll reveal then, or will it be a separate announcement in a V-Jump scan or a new trailer? With the rather lackluster media presence this game has had so far, revealing the date at E3 would be a colossal fuck up, as it's going to get drowned out in the noise of all the other hype games. Can you say Spider-Man and Smash Bros. Switch? Now, let's move on to the scans. Now, there was 2 that have been revealed, but I'm only going to discuss the one because it just repeats a lot of the information from the first one. In a game called Naruto to Boruto, there's been a suspicious lack of Boruto content. Not that I'm too bummed about it, because Boruto's pretty fucking lame. But either way, now we have the confirmation of Mitzuki and Sarada as playable characters, and their classes are, well, kind of unexpected. Is it just me that finds it weird that all the girl characters are being set to support type? I'm sorry Shikamaru, I didn't mean that. I mean, I feel that Sarada's heavy shuriken jutsu focus would be kind of a shoo-in for the range type. But as the scan shows, she is a support class, and her jutsu is actually pretty fucking dope. It lets her toss down a bunch of shuriken that can buff her team in the form of, I believe it just heals them, and then it detonates on enemy combatants to damage the opposing team. This would be clutch as fuck when a team is sitting on your flag in a clump, and you can easily swing the balance in your team's favor by blowing away all the opponents and then healing all of your teammates. And Mitsuki with his noodle arms is a defense type. Now, I don't know if this is a translation thing, or they're changing the names of the classes, but here it's listed as being a tank, which I think is a shift that needs to happen, as the terms defense and healer have a specific connotation, and that may not be particularly fitting for the roles that they play in this game. But in Mitsuki's case, he's coming in with his oh so sexy Snake Sage Mode Jutsu, which provides him with a massive boost in attack, health, and mobility. I assume it's going to operate a lot like the 8th Gate Awakening Jutsu for the attack type, and I really wonder how the perks are going to be differentiated in the final product. Like, how are you going to separate the buffs from the 8 gates to the Sage Mode? Or will it be more or less the same thing, but just with a different aesthetic and name? Each of these characters will also be featured as mentors, so you can slap that Sage Mode on your created character if you're feeling particularly slimy. As for mentors, we also got another really cool announcement that I don't think is getting enough attention thus far, and that's dual mentors. Now, I don't really know what this fully means, but the scan here says, head to the ninjutsu resource building to set your 2 mentors and learn new jutsu. So I guess this game is differentiating itself from Xenoverse in that you can select up to 2 mentors at the same time to be taught by. What I'm curious about is if this is going to be limited to class. Like, are you going to be able to pick 2 attack type mentors at a time, or can you mix it up and work on some defense jutsu while also training as a ranged mentor? I'm hoping this is the case, as it will allow you to build a more well-rounded character set, instead of limiting you to just being attack or just being defense at a given time. Now, hold on to your headbands, my little Chunins, because there's still more news to discuss. But I just want to take a brief moment just to let it be clear, kind of take a breath, and realize how fucking hyped this news makes me. It's at the very least, it shows that they're working very hard, and I feel like we need to give credit where credit is due. It looks fucking sick. Anyway, back to the news. Now, before I touch on the new game mode, I want to briefly say there's a new map, which is the modernized Konoha village. The only thing that has me particularly fired up is the lack of stupid fucking holes in the ground to fall to my death on. Oh my god. So this map is labeled as a stage for beginners. But if this game has any type of competitive following, this will likely be the map of choice due to the absence of environmental hazards. Nobody fucking likes them. Just a heads up to the deaf, nobody wants to fall in a fucking hole. Stop putting them in every single level. As for the aesthetic of this map, it looks really, really cool. I'm going to love running up the walls of the buildings, and just, it's going to result in a lot of versatile gameplay due to like the lack of pitfalls and just the amount of buildings there are to climb and run on. Now for this game mode, this is what had my dick touching my underwear. I was so stoked when I saw it. So far we have the capture the flag game mode, which is self-explanatory, and the mode where you and your boys or girls take on a giant enemy like Shikaku or Gamabunta or something like that. The new game mode is called Route the Enemy? Something like that. It sounds really fucking stupid, but it's not, so bear with me. It's pretty fucking cool. It's a standard team deathmatch type ordeal, which sets a team that has a pool of 100 respawns against another team with a pool of 100 respawns, and the first team to have their reserve depleted loses. It's a pretty standard match type, and you can see it in like Battlefield or Battlefront, for example. This is likely where I'm going to be spending most of my time. The capture the flag mode is fun, but if you have a team of friggin' dinks, you're not going to get very far. And this allows for some really creative individual play, which I think this game really, really needs, to find out how to outlast your opponents and deal the most devastating jutsu attack to the most people. So when the game is out, and I will be inevitably streaming the fuck out of it, expect to see a lot of this game mode. Another quick thing I want to kind of touch on is the inclusion of these hidden scrolls that are found along the battlefield. There's the kind of things that are randomly generated, and it seems like they'll have a location marker on your HUD, and each scroll will provide a different effect. The first person to get to the scroll gets the support ability, and it could be from greater mobility, and in this case it shows a summoning, saying getting the right scroll will allow for a monumental momentum shifts and some crazy power-ups. So it shows here Gamabunta, and says that a single hit from Gamabunta will be a guaranteed KO. So if you can get these like summoning scrolls and fucking just slam down Gamabunta in the enemy's base, you'll be laughing because you'll be getting all the kills and not really having to do a whole lot. I'm going to be really curious to see how they balance this. It reminds me a lot of Uncharted 3, when they had the kind of kickbacks that would randomly pop up on the map, and if you had a certain perk you could see where they were, and I'm hoping it kind of goes that route given how much I love that game. And there you have it, guys. All of the Shinobi Striker information. I'm excited and a little cautious given the way they've promoted this game thus far, but I feel as though they have seriously considered the fan blowback from their less than stellar promotion up until this point. As for me, if you stuck out for this whole video, thank you. I have some pretty dramatic updates for the channel coming soon that will fundamentally alter this channel, so please stay tuned for those. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, I will see ya.